Love, light, greetings, gratitude, blessings and blessings, soul family. My divinity to yours, welcome and welcome back. Thank you for your love, light, support, appreciation, participation, clicks, comments, likes and shares for our uniting light in uplifting, shifting, creating, working and weaving artistically, spiritually, the ascension for people and planet. Divine Creator also thanks you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 19th of May 2024. Our vibration is 5, which is change. We're still in May and there are lots of changes. You are encouraged to introspect, to discern, to calculate and eliminate. I encourage you to work on yourselves particularly and to share information with your loved ones so that not just yourself but as a family you grow and you glow and attract the same high vibrational patterns and geometries and manifestations into your life, because we do for generations repeat incarnations with the souls that are in our circle. There's always unfinished business. There's always unfinished karmic debt that needs to be balanced. So you're not here with your brother or your sister or your husband or wife or your child or your parent or colleague once off, right? And the ones that you have the most challenges in this life, it means that is why you're here to, and that is why you are here with them and what it is that you need to balance. You need to figure that out. And if you do not, then you will return and try again. And that is how we are stuck in the 3D matrix, because we do not pull ourselves out of that restriction and control, and we allow ourselves to believe that this is one life and let's live it. And what you ignore, you feel goes away. It doesn't. It follows you. It returns with you. For those that are new, I have a divine channeling playlist if you haven't yet. For those that are following for a while, if you haven't yet visited and done any work on yourself, I cannot stress, impress how important this change is. Right? When we demand for change, we need to understand the demand comes from being the example for change, being the leader of change. That is only then you have the right to demand for change. Right? Spirit is not going to leave everything else and attend to you or I, but the collective. And the collective consciousness is what is put on the scale. And if the energy of light is weaker than the energy of dark, unfortunately things progress at tortoise pace. And if you want to see that tortoise becoming a rabbit, then we need to increase our light. It is as simple as that. And you might think, why should I get involved in someone else's mess. Well, let me say to you that that mess is part of our mess. Everyone is trialed individually, but if we wait for everyone, we will be waiting forever. We must act. So Spirit says, you do not expect me to come here and wave a magic wand and let it all go away. You need to clean up your mess. Likewise, if your neighbor created a mess and calls you to clean up, you are not going to be happy with that. So that is the divine as well. Not happy to clean up your mess, but will help you to clean up your mess. And that is how you receive the help, by helping yourself. The more of us raise our vibration by unplugging ourselves from the 3D, from the third dimensional matrix of control and manipulation and darkness and lust and greed, etc., we then shift the dynamic into light. And that matrix then becomes disintegrated. It becomes fragmented and disintegrated. All right, so that's enough about change. We're on part 12 of this Camilla dive. And after this, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this and bring you other teachings. And we shall proceed with what needs to come along. There are more series. I've been told there is more coming that I need to bring out, but I need to give you enough time as well to take in what's here, and of course get on with raising our consciousness. There's other things that have been put on the back burner for a long time, and again I say, clear yourselves, lighten your load energetically, and raise your vibration and consciousness, because the change is upon us. It is not coming. I say it's coming because it is coming, but it is upon us. It is already in energetic template. It is already manifest in the subtle level. It is about to take form in the physical. And will you be ready? Will you be ready is the question. Or are you going to sit there and say, oh my God, what is happening? All this devastation and tragedy and X, Y, and Z, but you asked for the change, and the cleanup is never comfortable, right? And in love and light, I say to you to please, the simplest methods that I could bring it through for you to even listen with your younger children, do it. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything. All I am saying is it is a gift for you to help me help Mother Earth, help the Divine Creator, right? Thank you. Divine Creator, Mother, Father, Creator of all that is, in this dimension and dimensions beyond, I welcome you, invite and invoke your energy, essence, synergy and presence to protect and connect in love, light, consciousness. Thank you. To bless me, protect me, the channel, and everyone listening and their families, to open their hearts and their mind, and to guide and guard them, for as long as there is an intention within them for change, and they are actively participating in change, I know and believe that you will help them. Thank you. Seven of Swords, deception, hiding from truth and light, trying to be in someone's business by magnifying information, watching what is going on, the responsibility for change, to see a bigger picture, right? You either construct or you destruct. The beat of your own drum, the sound of your own drum, leading the way, marching ahead. Let us see what comes through. My question is to reveal Camilla's emotions toward Diana. Show us the true, authentic energy of Camilla's emotions towards the late Princess Diana. High Priestess. She was one of two women. For the King of Cups, meaning Diana and Camilla. She had to hide behind the curtain for a long time and stay in the dark, while Diana was sailing the ocean, meaning she was out there in public, she was getting all the attention, and Camilla had to be in hiding. Right, so she's telling us this is how she was feeling. Second best. Unnoticed. Yet Diana, the ship is small in this instance, but she was creating waves. She had velocity, tenacity, right? She had the energy of construction. When they talk, why are you saying construction? Creation of construction, meaning she could create big waves and small waves, and she could bring out the jewels from the ocean, from the deep. But she knew how to be buoyant. She knew exactly when to anchor. She was very good, and all Camilla could do was watch. So she was the one in hiding. And she wanted to be larger than Diana. Diana is the ship. She wanted to be larger than Diana, they say. I wanted to be that one. I wanted to be the Diana. Strength. Diana was the animal in her life, the beast. She didn't like her. Diana was the wild one, she says. Wild one meaning she was free. She could go anywhere and everywhere, and the world loved her for it. She could roam free. She could be who she wanted to be. Diana was the lioness. The sun, the glory, the ambition. She could charter the unknown. She could take on any project and turn it from dust to diamond. Two of Cups. So, two women. I was one of two women, and both are water energies, cups. Both are Cancer energy. You see, she wanted to mimic Diana. She wanted to be her, live her life. And there's a card that flipped over, and often they do that and hide for a long time till I find it. I don't see it, but I'm certain it flipped. Alright, I don't see it. Let's see if we find it. King of Pentacles. Well, I wanted what she had. I wanted. Look at this. There's the castle on top of her head. This was her goal, to be in Diana's place, to have the gold in a literal and metaphoric sense. Literal means clearly to be in that position, power, fame, fortune, but in the metaphoric sense, to have that glory, that reputation, that image, that publicity, that love from everybody around her, to be seen as the golden one, the chosen one, right? The richness was not just the richness of the wealth, but the richness of the image, of embodying that personality, that persona of Diana's, that charm, that grace, that elegance, that eloquence, that beauty, right? Those finer aesthetics that she had, that soul, you know, that's what she wanted. To own it, to own it. You see, here she's sitting in the yellow dress. Here's a butterfly. I think it's a butterfly. It looks like a butterfly, but it's a leaf. Okay, so all right, so this is what it is. It is being who you are not. See? It shows up as a butterfly to me, but if I look closer, I'm told it's a leaf. It's two leaves that look like that. So she wanted to be who she's not. You see, like how Diana was caring and loving and nurturing. She wanted to have that energy of being caring and loving and nurturing, but she couldn't. King of Swords. Because she had the wrong vision. You see, she wasn't seeing things in balance. She was seeing things selfishly with one eye. So she was not upholding her truth. She was living falsely. She wanted it, but she was not attaining it the right way. It was not even hers to attain after marriage. Because she herself was married. Spirit said she was betrothed. Three of Pentacles. Yes, she was third party. She was third party. And she wanted to bring that brick wall down. Meaning her home, her foundation. Diana's home and foundation. She wanted to nest there. Nine of Pentacles. The life. I wanted all that she had. Everything that she had, that she owned. See how big her dreams were. Okay. Bottom of this deck is Divine Feminine, Cleansing, Negotiator, Coming Together, Coming to Light, Entrapment, Journaling. See? Planning. This was manifesting, journaling, writing, reading, keeping an account of events, right? That's entrapping energy. That's getting in someone's business. And she was working with the divine feminine energy, hers and Diana's, right? So what was this? Rituals, manifestation. In positive, yes, we use all of this to manifest, to cleanse and purify. But she could have been doing it in her manifestation work. Entrapment is back out. I have roller coaster and history. And journal. The bottom of the deck is crushed. That is the card at the bottom. Sad, broken, feeling alone. And that's how she intended for Diana to feel. How she was feeling for most of her life. Alone, sad, depressed, broken, rejected. So this was the trap. Right, her intention was to trap. Roller coaster. But not for long. She kept working to move that ahead, to move that at a speed, at they saying she was the undercurrent. Her energy was an undercurrent energy. But she didn't come out and expose her speed. Her speed was working in disguise, in undercurrent. Not sure what that means yet. It was switched on at such a high speed that you couldn't see it. Okay, like an oscillating fan, right? You turn a fan on, you see the blades, you turn it on and it starts to spin, and you put it at the speed one higher to the next until it gets to its max, and it oscillates at such a high speed that you don't see it turning anymore. It looks as if the blades are still until you get close to it, and then you feel that breeze or that wind or rush of energy. So she was like that. Her mind was working constantly, yet she was not seen. Past happened. Everything that she held in her past, she brought out now. Whatever happened in her past, for all that waiting, all that playing, all that hiding and ridicule and judgment, has hurt her, has cracked her image, bruised her, wounded her, right? Aged her. But she was prepared to go ahead with it. But throughout that time, she had her focus on her goal, and she kept documenting. Right? You remember in one of the readings, I said she's reading books. Right? She's reading and she's learning and she's skilling herself. And this is what she does. She was journalizing, so she was using books to read and obviously to write, to journalize. She was very clever in manifestation. Okay, the bottom of this deck is the King of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Yes, I want Charles. He's the King of Cups. Somebody had to be ousted. We had to put up a barrier. We had to create my manifestation. People were involved. I had to attain the Diana level. With whom? The Emperor. So clearly we can see the energy of competitiveness that she had towards Diana. Diana had everything that she wanted. That is how she felt. She was shallow in her mind. She was weak in her mind, in a sense that she was second best to the public. She was inferior, but she was the main one that the public didn't know about. But she had to be behind that curtain for too long. So tell me here, did she have in any way was she in any way a link or linked to the passing of Diana? Is Camilla in any way linked to the passing of Diana? Empress energy. Well, she wanted to hold a position. That was her goal. Her eye was focused on the position. So that came into being. Two of Cups. Right? So when Diana passed, she knew legally she will hold that position and get into this Two of Cups. The marriage. We have Three of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. Right? It was a celebration for her, a victory. To get where? Into Nine of Cups. Into having everything that she had dreamed of, wanted, all her cups full. So it was a thrill, it was a joy for her, it was the excitement, it was wish fulfillment, dream come true, that she would finally have the man she wants to be with, legally, openly. Eight of Swords, Three of Wands. Well, this was Diana, trapped and could not make a move. This was the brand new world that was opening for Camilla. It's not answering our question, and Spirit doesn't always need to answer those questions, they say. These are very sensitive questions. Right, but we're just asking to see if anything comes. Seven of Swords, deception. So, many things can... From here, they're not telling me anything, right? So from here, possibilities are she could have had something to do with it by not having something to do with it directly, but you know how you can start a story and it runs its course until somebody gets wind of it and says, here's an opportunity and let's use it, because another person has the same intention, and I could gain a lot of support from that one person or those people, right? So there were many hands involved in this matter, and not just one person. It was a plan of action by many people. She could have been a participant, a passive one, not in the system itself, but through Charles. You know, how do we get rid of her? What can we do? You know, instigator, negotiator. She definitely knew about it. Two of Wands. She definitely knew about it. It was the path. It was an option, a choice. And she was party to it. She had a vision on it. She knew about it. High Priestess. She prayed long and hard about it, the day that Diana will be eliminated for good. When will she leave so I can have what I need? But maybe she did not intend for it to happen the way it did, but she was praying very hard to get her out. And that is also manifestation work, where you are creating a scenario for whatever that needs to happen at a subtle level. You bring it into form, into the physical, and that vibration latches onto other like-minded energies and collaborate. Emperor. So she was collaborating with the Emperor, who is Charles, the future king at the time. And there were higher powers involved in this particular planning. Well, clearly there was, at a very high level, at governmental levels, to bring this end, to take her out. Where? In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, where she could not sleep, but she was on the move at this time, and her spirit was called out. Well, her energy, her body, her life. And money was exchanged for this wish to come into play. Judgment. There's a very big judgment on Diana's act. And let me say to you that I have said before that her karma will be played out now. All the years that we've been waiting, and even those that have left this planet that were waiting, that were angry and upset and hurt and mourning and grieving her death. And I absolutely adore her. And I started reloading a lot of the shorts videos that I took down in the recent weeks. Well, not even in the recent weeks, maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I had lots of her videos up and I'm reloading them. She is an energy that I'm reloading for a purpose, because I'm pulling her energy into this particular change in a positive way. Because I know that she is conscious of what is happening here on the planet at this time, because I work with her energy. But the reason I'm refreshing the energy through the channel and of course out there is because I want that template to be picked up in the justice system to work. So please view it, like it, send positive energy to it. I know there's Charles involved, but remember that's where her journey began and we can't deny that. And that is how the justice will begin, is from that timeline of that journey. We can't just take her from the middle of her life. Her journey didn't begin there. And share it with others to keep her memory alive, to keep that energy going, right? So that we can have that justice. It's playing out now. For all that wealth and money that was parted to in this execution, right? This was someone's wish fulfillment. The judgment will play out now. Judgment is coming. Judgment is here. It's ordained. We're waiting for physical manifestation of judgment. I have lockbox. Oh, was it locked box? Lockbox, yes. Right. Today and project. Right, so this is the SOS, that's Diana's energy, right? Of being trapped in this karmic situation, and her execution, which is what I spoke about, was in that trap and closed, right? So now is the time to save our souls, meaning to pull in that signal, that call for help that we have all been asking for how long has she gone? Plus 20, 25 years, right? Now we'll pull it in. We'll unlock this box. In the present, in the now, is when her victory, her karma, her balancing will come into play. Right, I did say to you it's happening in the now. Here it is. It is projected to take place, to navigate, to go down. Will go down that road that she went through now in this timeline. The balancing must happen here, now. So, in the coming times, they talk about future, days, weeks, whenever that will happen, her energy will play out. People haven't forgotten about Diana yet. There are lots of us from her generation and before her generation that have prayed very hard for the day of justice. That road is being paved out, smoothed out for her. And that's the last two we shall take. Bounty Hunter. She was hunted, we know that, but Diana is a goddess, Goddess Diana. She is the goddess of hunting. But I do remember her brother saying at her funeral when he gave that, when he read a speech, or I think it was, yes, her tribute, he says that she was named after the goddess of hunting, but yet she was herself the most hunted, something to that effect. And it's true. It is true. What happened to her was an escapade. And people thought it will be this hideaway, they could hide it, right? This entire thing became a vacation, meaning she went on vacation to get away from whatever was plaguing her. She went to have a little bit of who she needed to be on her own little adventure, but there was an escapade going on surrounding her, that she had hunters on her trail. I will leave it here, but I do know this is not the end of Diana's energy, right? I will be channeling her energy very soon. If you haven't listened to some of the messages we've brought through, please go to the Royal playlist and you can recap. You know, older messages have a lot of wisdom in them still. Energy is fluid, it is timeless. If history can repeat itself, then what we have in currency needs to be buoyant. Beautiful family, I love you, I thank you, I bless you. Until next.